Welcome back to Sticks and Strings. We're Three Sisters Creative. I'm Naomi.
I'm Beth.
I'm Eve.
And we're back this week with some more stories, some more crafts we're
Some
doing.
more
and
Diet Coke.
Oh, yeah. Got our requisite drinks. I think Eve's going to start with an Etsy update. So
Yeah, we've been quite busy with Etsy. First, I want to say that there is a sale going on, 20% off of $20 or more. And we have some Easter bags. I showed two of those last week, but I have another one. This is, and the matching Notions bag. They're not in the same, you don't buy them as one unit, you have to choose both. That's in case people don't want a Notions bag. But
there's the bunnies from last week. And
no, that's
oh, this is new.
That's the new one.
Oh, this is I'll bring it up to the camera.
Cute little bunnies.
Oh my god.
And it's got a cute little carrot zipper pull.
There it is. Oh, let me turn it around. Cute.
And then, of course, the matching Notions pouch.
Oh my god, that bunny right there with his ears flying.
I know.
Which one?
The one with his little ears going
this
down.
one right here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're so cute.
And then a little Notions pouch if
With a
you'd like
snap
that.
closure.
And it's got the coordinating fabric inside.
And I
with
use...
the cute bunny right there. So cute.
I really make a lot of
need
use
to.
of those Notions pouches. I'm like, okay, I have three project bags, but I need about 10 Notions pouches. For one for each project that I have in the various project bags. And we also had a crafting day at Naomi's. Did you bring your knit counters?
I didn't.
She's making knit counters, and
Yeah,
we're going to
stitch
have those,
markers.
Yeah, and we're going to have those on the Etsy side as soon as she remembers to take pictures of them.
Yeah. So what these are, they're going to be, they're adjustable stitch markers, so you can use them on very small knitting needles or on very big ones. And they're just adjustable with a slip knot, and they have some beads on them. And they're not my particular design, but I got permission from the designer who is the website 10 Rows a Day. I asked her, could I sell these? And she said, go ahead, just let them know it's my design. And so that was really sweet of her. And yeah, so I'm going to be putting those up. I don't have one to show, and I forgot.
Yeah, she slept since then, and she's redoing her bathroom.
Yeah.
So Beth made this that day, and I know you can't see it from here, but we will have pictures of it at the end of the video.
I can hold it up.
Oh, we
Here I am.
and I made take pictures of your stitch counters and put them at the end of the video since you
Alright.
forgot to bring them.
I will do that.
And then I made this dolphin scissor fob.
Oh, this is beautiful.
It's very sparkly.
It might go on the web. It might go on the Etsy site, or I might steal it.
It's already on the Etsy site.
Oh shoot, that's cute.
And then
Sparkly.
we've been wanting to do a version of a scissor fob for
kids.
but they could put it on their backpack or whatever. And so I found these wonderful. They had 5-star reviews. These lobster claws. They're hard plastic, and they actually work better than some of these
The metal ones.
And
So this is.
we have little animals and letter beads.
Yeah, those are just sample
I don't know,
names.
Paul. This is Beth. So she loves pink,
Not.
but she doesn't. But so, and then this one is Paul. But you can choose. You can
So
choose your
these are
name
just-
and
You can choose the name and
colors.
the animal on the bottom. Yeah.
Okay.
So the color of the rest of it will just be dependent on whatever
animal.
animal you choose. We have some animals that we're going to put up as variants. And then you can personalize it with
Your
with
name.
a name.
Kid's name.
Yeah.
And if you're looking for a particular animal, just ask us if we have that because,
We have a lot.
yeah.
And they
But-
keep buying more beads.
Yeah.
It's fun though.
I think that myself,
And
I
it's
always
easy
try
'cause,
to.
like, this I could find something good,
To go with this.
I have a small pair of scissors. It came in you know, they're plastic handles and they're not super fancy. It came in one of those sewing kits. And I tried it on one of these. As a matter of fact, I took a picture for the Etsy. I haven't put these on the Etsy site yet because we're still discussing some stuff, you know, stuff about them, like how we're gonna variant them and all that. But those big plastic handled scissors will fit very nicely in these.
So like kid scissors, like for school, and because someday kids are gonna go back to school. Some kids are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
and
that's neat. Or they can put them on their backpacks.
and
or,
you know, yeah, they can hook them various places. But also, you know, if you have a bunch of kids and they each have their own thing, for them to have their name, so that they don't go, "Those are my scissors." No, they're mine. You know, any of you who have more than one child, you know what I'm talking about.
that never happened in our house.
No,
Because everything was theirs by the time I was born. So I just got the broken leftovers.
yeah, and so I also
I'll show.
I fully finished my peep.
That is so adorable, as Hannah used to say.
I bought tons of stuff trying to make sure I had it the way I wanted. You have it a little crooked.
I'm sorry.
You're
Oh
not
my
showing the
gosh.
bunny at the top.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry.
And I just finished it this afternoon.
This swings, which is really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, where did we find that? At Joanne.
neat.
at Joanne's. Yeah, and the other stuff we found all over. The little sticky, sparkly bunny and eggs
That is
were
so
at
cute.
Michael's. And
And you made the cording with a
I made the cording.
piece.
Yeah,
got a
I got
cording toy.
I got my cryonic, and I was like, oh, I gotta make something. So I made the
That
cording,
is
and
so cute.
yeah, and I just had a blast. You can leave it over.
Okay.
I just had a blast doing that.
That's beautiful.
And today I'm going to be cross stitching. Oh, I have a funny story, but maybe I'll tell it later.
Yeah, that's for story time.
I'm
gonna
going to
we're gonna be
organized. Easter delivery,
Cute.
and it is by Shannon, and I still can't say that last name. What do you think it is?
Wassleaf?
Yeah.
Wassleaf?
It's Shannon Christine Designs.
That's probably why she goes by
So
Shannon
cute.
Christine.
Well, I think it's probably 2 people.
Oh.
Anyway, it's adorable. It's a little bunny in a pink,
That's purple.
Easter
a
delivery.
purple truck. And I haven't gotten real far. If you watch my update tomorrow, you'll be able to see it closer. But I haven't gotten real far on it. I've gotten all the purple on the truck done, but I'm working on. I got tired of white because it's really hard to see. So I'm going to be working on one of these colors. I don't know which one yet. Whichever one's closest.
What are you
Oh,
working
that's
on?
me.
That's you? What are you
I'm-
working on, Beth?
I'm
You
working
doing-
on Scissor Fob
Okay.
today because I've been cross stitching and I'm kind
I'm
of tired of doing that.
Look
so.
how sad.
Scissors without a fob.
Scissors without a fob. And I've really gotten used to the ones on my blue scissors that are in my other bag.
Oh yeah.
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 So I'm like, I was looking for those scissors in my bag today, and I was like, if I had a fob, it'd be easy to find. I'm like what is it, the cobbler's son? It has no shoes.
Yeah, that's how I am. I do not have a single scissor fob.
No, I thought you had a bunch of them.
No.
I thought that was your thing.
I have a bunch of scissors, but I don't have a fob.
You
Make
know the
yourself
scissor
one.
fobs I have?
Mm-hmm.
Guess who made them?
You.
Okay.
Well, but I keep thinking, well, I'll do this, but I want to put them on the Etsy site,
Yeah, of
because,
course.
Yeah, but just make 2, like I
make
did
2.
with
I know.
like I did with the spaceships. I made 2.
So she's got all her beads out. and she's
Speaking
gonna
of
make
which,
Yeah, so-
I made those others last week, and I went and put my dog one or one of them on my flamingo scissors, and I was like,
that doesn't go.
I need another pair of scissors for the dog's scissor fob, and I need a flamingo one for my flamingo scissors.
That's funny.
Well, so the other day I chose a bunch of these like kind of ocean-looking beads from among the beads that I had. So there's some blue, green kind of things, and I have these little teeny weeny. You can't see them, but they're
I'll take them up.
silver here. Some silver beads that have like I have seahorses and seashells and various sea things,
It's hard to see my fat fingers.
and so
Horse and a shell. You can't see them sideways.
here, borrow Naomi's scissors.
She steal my scissors.
Yeah.
There it is.
My scissors are on my.
Anyway, this is a shell and
So-
this is a seahorse, but they're very little.
Yeah, so I had one string of these beads, and I think I used. Did I use some?
It's
Yeah,
It's
I
her
used
fault I spent this much money this
I
week.
used some on this shell. So there's a seashell and a seahorse and there's
Yeah.
one of each on this shell thing. But I have a bunch of these nautical themed charms. I have a sea turtle and a crab and
This I
all
like.
kinds of stuff. And so
This
I
is
had
cool. It's a whale.
yeah, a whale tail.
A whale
Is that the
tail.
one? Is that the one I?
That's a different one. The one
Oh yeah, the one I have looks
Have-
different.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
that one looks like PowerShell.
Yeah, so I have a whole bunch of these, and I've been wanting to, I don't have very many of these metal beads, but today I went to Michael's, and I got a bunch of separate ones. So there's sea turtles and what do you call it?
Starfish?
Starfish, and those
Clamshell.
clamshells
and more seahorses.
and more seahorses.
Oh,
and
this one's pretty. Look
yeah,
at that one.
and I saw those seahorses and I thought, whoa, that's beautiful, really pretty. And then I got
Seahorses
some beads that look kind of like sea glass, and some that are like irregular pearls, black pearls and white pearls.
So it makes all the sense in the world that you would be on this CE theme kick because we live in the middle of
the
Arizona.
desert, yes, we're
there's
landlocked.
no
It must
water.
be the rain.
But I've always loved ships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I find myself, and I've had these for a while, and I had not known what to, I wanted to do with them at all. So there's seashells and gold beads. I probably won't use the gold beads, but
Use them like that.
but I might. I don't know. But I like them.
She
Those are real pretty.
she likes silver better than gold.
Yeah, and all these beads have like silver. Most of
But
them are silver.
right now,
So,
both of them together is really cool.
yeah. Well, my watch is silver and gold.
But it's her fault that I've spent so much money on stuff this week because she said, "Well, I guess it wasn't Hobby Lobby because you want to go to Hobby. Can we go to Joann's?" I'm like, "Not today." So then we go to Joann's. She couldn't find what she wanted at Joann's, so she's like,
Went
"I
to
still
Michael's.
want to go to Michael's."
So we ended up going
And
to
the day
all
we
three
went to
places.
Hobby Lobby, we
and
also-
buying stuff at all
Yeah,
three places.
Yes. Oh, a lot. Yeah. So, well, we don't need this, but let's get it. We don't need this. Let's
Okay,
get it.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you because I'm very hot. I'm wearing this shawl, so I have to take it off. But I want to show it off. I haven't showed this off yet. I've worn it a couple times. But this is one of my pandemic shawls. Here, you. Hold on.
Be careful. I don't.
Okay. So we'll just take it by the camera.
It's actually cool enough for this outside.
It is. It's cold. We had rain today. This is a Find Your Fade shawl. And it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. By Andrea Mowry. And I love it. And it's warm. And I always talk about needing a restaurant shawl. Because in the summer in Arizona, you go into a
Everybody
restaurant
cranks up
and it
their-
is so cold.
You
and
can't
you
even
sit there.
go to Walmart in the summer.
I know. You sit there and just, like, I can't eat when I'm shivering. So my idea was I was going to make myself a restaurant shawl. And I made one that was beautiful, but it was long and skinny. And it was really too small. And my cousin Judy fell in love with it when we were there a couple years ago. And after this pandemic year, I knit this, and I knit my Sharon Show shawl. And
Now, is it knit or is it knitted?
well,
I knitted
knit
this.
I knit it. Knit. Knit is the past form of knit. Did you knit that? Yes, I knit that.
I knitted that.
No.
No, I think it's
No.
knit. Please comment below your thoughts on
If
this
you say
grammar
knit
question.
or knitted.
Well, you can say knitted, but it's also proper to say, I think it's everywhere on my boards, it says, I knit this. Anyway, I also purled it, if that makes you happy.
But see, you added the ed. Purled.
Well, yeah, you don't say I purl this. Anyway, I made this with my own two little hands. So anyway, I had made a bunch of shawls, and I thought about my cousin Judy, and I thought she loved that so much, and I have not worn it. This was a different shawl that I made. I haven't worn it since that trip, and so I packed it up and sent it to her over in January. And she was so happy because she told me that day, she goes, I want one just like this. So I said, all right, you can have one just like this. So anyway, I'm taking this off, but I wanted to show it off because I love it. It's so cozy. And it's very windy and rainy here. Cold, and I love it.
Last week it was over 80.
Well, yeah, you know,
And this week,
you know,
it's
I want to
cold.
say, you know, people say Arizona doesn't have seasons, but it does because it's winter at 8 in the morning, and then by 10 o'clock you got beautiful spring. By 3 o'clock you're dead in summer, and then by 6 o'clock in the evening it's fall again. Mm-hmm. We got all 4 seasons. What do we
Just get them every day.
Yeah, you get them during the day. No.
Well, and up north it's snowing like crazy in Flagstaff
beautiful.
and
Prescott. Oh, it's
yeah.
where I want to live.
I'm glad we're not taking Dad to Prescott.
They had, like, I watched a little bit of the news last night, and they were talking about how in Prescott they were going, we hope we get more snow. They had like I guess a dusting of snow and then it disappeared. You know.
Yeah, they love it there.
Yeah.
Okay, so my turn. So, I have a very bad disease called cast-on-itis, which means no matter how many projects I have going, I always have this itch to cast something on. So, Rachel, if you're watching, I'm not ignoring your projects. Everything's in a queue, and I'm trying to work on everything. No, my long-suffering sister-in-law. Anyway, but okay. So I have these friends at church, the Hosses. Some friends of ours, they have 2 little kids whom I adore, and they recently moved to Muncie, Indiana from here. And the little boy is 6, and the little girl is 2, I think she told me. And they just announced that they're going into ministry and will probably be going overseas in like about 18 months. And I was like, I need to knit them something. Knit as a verb. I'm going to knit them something. And so the little boy, he's just absolutely adorable. And there's a sweater pattern on, and I forgot the yarn, I realized. I'll bring it next week. There's a sweater pattern on Ravelry called Gramps. And it's a baby sweater, but it's a little old man. It's like a little old man sweater. It's got like a shawl cowl and a little pockets and elbow patches with little buttons, and it's adorable, and it's sized for all kids and stuff. So I'm gonna make him one of those, just because he's such a great little man. And then the little girl, I'm double what am I trying to say? Double purposing this knit because I bought something called Knit Stars last year. Which is a really great, look it up if you're a knitter. It's a really great workshop online. It's always been online, not just because of the pandemic. But you purchase a season, quote unquote, and then it comes out like October, like in the fall. And once it comes out, they drop a video like every other day. And they usually feature I think it's like 5 or 6 knit stars. So it's people who are, famous in the knitting community. And maybe they're not, but they're known in some way, and maybe not known to everybody. But this gives them a great showcase, and so they bring their particular talent to Knit Stars. And as when you purchase the season, you then get those videos, access to those videos forever. So. So you can watch them and you always get a project usually, and also there's like exclusive yarn that they sell in conjunction with it. So like if there's a project, the Knit Star designer will pick a yarn, usually from an independent dyer, and they make that available for a short time to people who have, purchased the season. So it's a big thing. But anyway, as part of that, there's a lady named Åsa Soderman, I think is how you say her last name. She's in Copenhagen, and she's created this knit patterns called ziggurat, is what she calls it, because you zig and zag is what she says. And what it is like it's a top-down knitting, sweater, but you don't, and it appears to have sewn in sleeves, but it's all done continuously. So it's very fascinating. But as part of the class, she gave us a 4-year-old size sweater to knit to practice before you make your adult size one. So I bought the yarn for the adult size sweater, but it's a very new technique, and I actually bought her book, and I want to make all her sweaters, but I wanted to learn on something small, so I had planned to make this 4-year-old sweater for a while, and I was like, I don't know who I'll give it to, I'll find someone. But then when I learned that they were leaving the country, I was like, I'm going to make it for the little girl, and so I bought this yarn. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful?
You can see really where you've knit.
And then, and so this is the beginning of the sweater. This is the back neck, and it's just an open cardigan. It doesn't have buttons or anything. So these just swing together. So this is the top front here. But yeah, so it's so much fun.
I like those colors.
Yeah, I love it. And it didn't. The color changes are really long in the yarn, so it didn't get too weird, because like it's weird. You start here, and you go around, and I think, yeah. Here's my starting. You start here, and you go around, and you do one shoulder, and you come back, and you do another shoulder, and then you make the back and shaping, and then you come and you cast on extra stitches for the front. It's very complicated, but I like that the color changes didn't seem to. They're adapting to the zigzag pretty well. It doesn't look too weird. We have one yellow front and one blue front, but I think that's cool for a 2-year-old. I mean, that's fun. So that's what I'm doing now. So did you drop something?
Yeah, I got it.
I showed this yarn a couple of, either last week or something. These 2 botanicals. This was dyed with Palo Verde, from Palo Verde trees, and this is dyed from pecan hulls or husks or something like that. Really beautiful. So I couldn't stand it anymore, and I caked them up, and I started a shawl. And it looks mostly green on camera, but the browns are in there. And but I have it on a holder because I decided to make those little sweaters. So I decided to put this guy in reserve for later.
How do you cake it up?
Huh?
How do you cake it up and make it into those?
Oh, how do I cake it up? It comes in those long hanks.
Yes.
Skeins. So I have a Swift, which looks like an umbrella with no hood on it. And you put the skein around it, and you push it up, and it expands like that, so it holds the yarn up. And then you untie all the little knots to open it up. And then I have a yarn winder. It's just a little machine.
Because that way you can stack it and it doesn't roll away when you're working
No,
on it?
it's because when it's in a hank like that, in a skein like that, you can't knit from it. Verb, knit from it. Nor could you have knitted from it.
By the way, I looked that up, and yours is more correct, but hers is correct.
Who? Who? Me?
Yours is more correct, but hers is
Also correct.
It's correct now because people have used it.
I
But
see.
originally it was just
Knit in past tense. Okay. It's an irregular verb, we discovered.
Yes.
Anyway, so you can't knit from a skein when it's like that. And then, so you have to make it into a ball. It doesn't have to be a cake like this. It can be just a round ball. But this is...
Yeah, people used to, how people used to sit there and hold a skein between their hands.
That is how I got my Swift, because when I made this giant shawl, this is like 7 colors of yarn, and I got it in the mail, and I was so excited, and I was like, honey, help me wind this yarn, because I had the ball winder, but I didn't have the Swift. And
so you made him sit there
holding it for me, and I had been saying, oh, if I had a Swift, I wish I had a Swift, da 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 da. But he was holding it for me, and he was getting really like, I could just see him. It's hard to hold your hands, and it's like this. You're holding your hands out, and he was sagging, and it was I'm like, you got to hold your hands up and up. So right when he finished, that was the first skein, and I wanted to wind all 7. And he goes, I said, I've seen these Swifts, I kind of brought it up, and he goes, just put it in my cart. And I was like, don't even talk to me. Just put it in the cart and I'll order it for you. I tell that story every time I go to the yarn shop. I'm like, here's how to get a Swift. Anyway, so I
make your husband hold the yarn.
So you have to wind yarn into a ball to use it, but you don't. But actually, doing this causes some tension and some loss of sometimes some either increase or loss of the twist. So you don't want to skein it up until you're ready to use. Roll it up until you're ready to use it. But anyway, I've started this shawl just to experiment with these 2 colors to see if I liked it in this pattern, which I do.
I like it.
It's very subtle. Like I said, you can kind of see the browns in there. But I decided to put it on reserve. So it's
pay more attention to her
because
than what I'm doing.
Because the problem I have right now is that I only have a limited number of knitting needles, and I have 2 projects that are
buy more needles.
Well, I went to the local yarn shop here, Tempe Yarn and Fiber, had an anniversary sale.
I thought you had that little case that had
I
a bunch
do,
of needles.
but there's only one size 6.
Oh, I see.
Right? And then I have a sock set. Not a sock set. I have a set of interchangeable needles with longer cords, and this is the length of the needle. It's like 6 inches, or no, I don't know. I can't remember how long, maybe 5 inches. And so I have a set of these. And then I have another set for like smaller circumferences like hats. Those are called 16-inch needles. And those needles are little. See here. Let's see. There's the difference in needle. I'll put it in front of my face so you can see. These are the hat ones, and these are the... But since this is the owl cowl I've been talking about that I put in timeout some time ago, this takes a size 6. And then this is the special yarn that Rachel liked, that she wanted me to make her shawl. So here's your shawl, Rachel. But it's also a size 6. So I had to steal I have the long cord from my original set, but I had to steal my 16-inch needles. So they're littler, but it's fine. So here's that beautiful, it's just, you probably does not show up on camera, even if I were close. It's just starting to change color a little bit. And so this is that yarn that, ooh, the label's coming off, that goes from dark to light. So I started the dark corner, I started it in the dark from the corner here, and so this yarn is like 4 threads. It's not wound tightly. Each ply is tightly wound, but it's just 4 together. It's like kind of splitty, kind of hard to work with, but it's really beautiful. And so what they do is, like right now, one of these plies is just a hair lighter. And little by little, they'll add another one and another one, and then and then it'll go lighter and lighter and lighter. So it's just starting to change color. It's really beautiful, and it's got a, oh, you can see it. It's got a diamond pattern in it. So
Really pretty.
yeah. So even though I started two new projects, I'm still working on these. Just whatever floats my boat today
Sorry, my rear end just
is
killed
what
me.
I do.
I have 3 projects sitting in front of me, and more over there, and I ordered more. I ordered more.
I wanted to show this. This is cool. I'm going to get up to the camera to show this. This is the owl cowl.
How's that look?
Huh? Oh, that's cute.
Ooh, I like the lighthouse.
Ooh. Lighthouse. It's very pretty.
Et voila.
And then, okay, so this is the owl cowl. Hold on, I'm bump the microphone. This is the front of it. And there's the little owl. And he has white eyes, because I don't have any beads big enough for this yarn that are, we were talking about green beads, but these are clear beads, but they show up real nice. So let me spread it. Let me spread it out. You can see all the cables and the owl sitting there. See?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got this I had so much trouble with. I think I was telling you before, like you have to read the pattern when you're going back. You have to read it from left to right instead of usually it's right to left, right? So I was having such a hard time with it, but I'm finally in a groove. But then you get disheartened because you have it in the pattern, you have a certain repeat, and it says repeat it like, I think it's like 16 times or something. I was like, oh, okay.
The one thing I like
I
about
guess I have a short attention span is my problem.
one thing I like about making the scissor fobs is that once I decide it, I have trouble deciding, but then once I've decided on a pattern, you know, it's pretty quick.
And it's very short.
Yeah, I
You
made
just-
this one right away.
Yeah. Yeah, this
And
stuff takes forever.
I like the I changed my mind about what I was going to do, and I like these beads because they seem to kind of match the colors in the lighthouse.
Yeah.
I'm too far from the camera to
I'm trying to
see
find-
it, but so.
Oh, the
yeah.
other thing I wanted to talk about was that I got 2 prizes in the last couple weeks. A couple weeks ago, I've talked about Casapinka as a designer. She made that big, just the one with the cat, Sharon from Security, that does all the patterns and stuff. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. And our local yarn shop had a Casapinka week. So if you showed up wearing your Sharon show or any of her designs, they took your picture and you got a prize. So this was my little prize. It's just some little bitty stitch markers, which only fit a certain size needle, unlike mine. But anyway, those are really cute. And then they had their anniversary, and so on every day of their anniversary week, if you showed up, if you were one of the first 10 or 15 people, because it's 15 years, if you were one of the first 15 people, you got a little prize. So it's like some stitch markers, and then these little, I was like, oh, I could make these little, they're knitting needle holders, you know, to put your tips in so your stitches don't fall off. So I thought that was fun. Got a little prize. This is from, I don't know who it's from. Anyway, that was my fun thing last couple weeks. I like getting prizes. But I didn't, so I was telling you, during their anniversary week, you if you bought anything, for every purchase you made during the week, you got a raffle ticket. And you could put the raffle ticket in whatever jar you wanted for whatever prize you wanted, which I like. I don't like generic raffles where you don't know what you're going to win. So they had a needle set. I'm like, I don't need a needle set. But if I had one, I wouldn't have so much trouble with my cast-on-itis. I wouldn't have to go and cannibalize projects and put something on a stitch holder so I can use the needles up again. So anyway, and the problem is too, that little sweater I want to make for that little boy, the Gramps sweater, takes a size 6 needle, and I only have those 2. So, ugh.
Why do you think I bought the hoop?
The hoop that you lost. Oh, so that's a funny story. I arrived here tonight, and these guys are looking for
High and low.
a bag.
So remember I said that Beth had me going hither and yon. The first place we went was to Walmart, and that was, I looked it up. It was on Tuesday, I believe that I said.
Wednesday.
Okay.
Your cup is in my face,
So-
by the way.
She wanted to buy
Your
a.
cup is in my face.
Oh.
I can't be photogenic with the cup in my face.
She wanted to get a storage unit. I have a storage unit that I have all my fabric stuff in, and she wanted something similar to put all.
You don't mean a storage unit, like out
A drawer.
at a storage facility.
No,
No.
a storage.
I was like,
drawers.
you have a storage unit for your stuff?
I
How
need
much stuff
one.
do you
I tell you, I do.
You mean you have a storage box or drawer
well,
system, right?
it's a
Drawer
rolling
unit.
It's a rolling drawer thing that I have all the fabrics and stuff in it. We wanted another one for
I can't.
for the
I have to
beads.
put this over there. I don't want to spill on your stuff. But.
So
Okay,
we
but I
wanted
don't want
another
it
one
in
for
your
the
face.
beads.
Okay.
So there we go. And so I went in because I don't remember what it was I wanted, but
The ink from my printer.
oh yeah, we're having trouble finding ink for my sister's printer. Even the manufacturer seems to be out of it. Anyway, so I went and looked at that and I didn't see it, and I was going to head back out to my car to wait for Beth, and I saw her struggling to put this thing in her. She uses one of those
I was using one of those.
motorized carts.
Yeah.
And so I got that from her, and so she was in. So I went with her up to the needlework aisle. She said, "I just want to look and see if they had those beads that you wanted."
Oh yeah.
And because she didn't remember where she bought them, and so I was in that aisle, and I saw that they had a very small plastic hoop. And I can never find that size at Hobby Lobby or anywhere. Not when I'm looking for it. I'm sure they have them now and then, because the projects I'm working on are very little, and the hoops, I have a couple of them, but I don't have enough. And so I got that, and I got some tapestry needles, and I ended up buying a thing for the garage. But really, I didn't spend that much money. And off we go, and we bought some stuff at Hobby Lobby right after that, where I unfortunately spent quite a bit of money. And we come home. I don't know what I did with that bag.
But my question is, why are you looking for it today when you got it on Tuesday?
I wasn't gonna do anything with it until I did my my
Update
video,
on
my
Sunday.
update, and then
Oh, I see.
I had this here, and because I have the needle minder on it, it's harder to stitch with it in my hand, and I just said I'm just gonna put it on there, and so I went to look for it, and it is
Disappeared.
gone. And I'm like, no, I remember getting it from the guy, because I said, I just have this one bag, right? And he said, yes. And I was helping Beth and all this other stuff, and
Maybe you left it in the cart.
maybe, I don't know. No, I think
'cause-
I remember bringing it in from the house.
Yeah,
From the
because
car.
because you had
But I had to, when I
Um,
was bringing stuff in from the car, I brought in all of your stuff. I brought in the rack, anyway, all of us at the house. Here we are. Is it in this bag? What does that bag look like? Is it in this bag? Are you sure it's not in this bag? Have you looked? And I'm like, I cannot find it. And so what's going to happen is I'm going to buy these things again.
Yeah.
They're not important and wasn't expecting, it was like $7 worth of stuff. But as soon as I buy it again, I'm sure it'll turn out.
It's like washing your car to make it rain.
Yeah.
This.
Oh, that's how come it's raining, by the way.
Yeah, because she washed her car the other day.
Ah, thanks.
This is very reminiscent of what my mother used to do.
Yeah.
Because every Christmas she would buy something and then she would, like,
During the year.
yeah, she would hide it in, from when we were kids, would hide it, in some closet or some drawer or something. And then come Christmas time, she couldn't find it. So then later on, months later, she would say, "Oh, this is supposed to be for your Christmas," and give it to us. So.
And Christmas morning, she would say, "Oh, I have stuff for you. I just can't find it."
Yeah.
My dad even asked me when we were looking for that if I was taking over for Mom. Oh, I may have left it in the shopping basket when I was, trying to load the car. I may have left it.
So what was it? Just floss and a little thing?
It wasn't even floss. It was some tapestry needles and
And a hoop,
A hoop.
a small hoop.
and maybe one or two little things, because like I said, it was only $7. Other than the rack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's good.
I have the rack, so I
That's
even
the
looked
important
on the
part.
rack to see if it was there, and I was like, no, it's not there. So I don't know. It's either around her or it's not. It's not that big a deal. After we've all stopped to look for it.
It's not that big a deal, but we searched all over the house for it.
I went out to my car twice.
And my mother said, "When you clean, you find treasures."
Which is true, which makes me mad that it's true, but it's true.
The more distressing thing about looking for all this is when I went out to look in my car, I couldn't open the hatch. It wouldn't unlock. And I don't know why. I mean, the whole car was unlocked, but the hatch wouldn't open.
We had trouble opening it when we borrowed it the other day.
Yeah, and
And we hit it with a hammer to try to get to work. Maybe that's why it won't work. I had to borrow her van to buy a toilet. So, so story time. We're redoing our bathroom. I think I mentioned that last week, did I? I don't know.
I think so.
But, because we were cleaning and we talked about poopery as a co-owner. That's right. Well, so this week, in the bathroom renovation story, we had demo, which was fun. And, okay, so the theme of the week is Fred. Fred is he's not our main contractor guy, but he's the guy who's doing like most of the work in the bathroom. He did all the demo. He's doing all the tile work and everything. And all the finishing stuff. But he's a Star Wars nut, but he's also a very bossy, opinionated, know-it-all. But actually, in a bathroom renovation, you want a bossy, opinionated know-it-all whose attention to detail is excruciating, because he's going to make everything straight, he's going to make everything, right. And he's doing a beautiful job. And we kind of have adopted him as our crazy Uncle Fred. But, so one of the things he told me, he was like, okay, for the ceiling color, you have to get Swiss coffee. You have to get Swiss coffee. Because it is not quite white, and it's, so it doesn't show stains too bad. It's just really, it's very neutral. You have to get Swiss coffee. So we're like, okay. All right, thanks, Fred. And so then later he said, sorry, we had to take a moment to take care of the dog. But anyway, so he's like, you got to get Swiss coffee. And we're like, okay, fine. So then another day he was getting ready to leave. And he goes, you can paint the ceiling anytime. Now, you can paint it. And we have to wait till all this stuff is done before we can do the walls. But he goes, but you Swiss coffee. You got to get semi-gloss. Swiss coffee. And he goes, and you can choose whatever color you want, for the walls. So I'm like, thank you, Fred. Thanks for letting me pick my color for my walls. I mean, that's the kind of guy he is. He's just so, and it's almost exhausting having him there, because he's always like, I saw that you had because originally we weren't going to replace the toilet. But he had to pull it anyway, so we're like, maybe we should just buy a new toilet. So originally we weren't going to replace the toilet, but we had bought a toilet seat for that old toilet that we, okay? And it's just in the
sorry,
garage.
dog.
But then he comes in, he's like, I saw that you have a toilet seat in the garage. I hope it's not for this toilet. And I'm like, first of all, what are you doing looking around in my garage? Second of all, like, who cares what toilet seat I put on, Fred? And do you not think that is up to standard? Because actually the one that's on the toilet is cheap plastic and I hate it. So I am going to replace it. But it's none of your business. Anyway. And then he saw my daughter's, or it's probably one of ours, a wire music stand on a shelf. And he goes, what is that thing? It looks like and he said some nerdy Star Wars spear gun reference. I don't know what. And we're like, that's a music stand, Fred. But he is old. He's a grandfather, and he is a nut. It's so funny. He's so funny. But then also another story I haven't told you guys is that the plumbers came to install the tub and to hook up the sink. And the plumbers left, and they left a giant mess. They cut some of the drywall because the tub supposedly wouldn't fit in, which may be true or not, but that made Fred really mad because he had to replace the drywall before he could put up the tile, so beside the tub. So anyway, that was really maddening. But then he had to pull the toilet again to do something. I can't remember what. And he had put it inside the tub. There was a cloth down to protect the tub, but he had the toilet sitting in the tub. And I happened to walk by, and I'm like, is that cracked? So the lid on the toilet on the side where the bathtub was, where they were cutting drywall and maneuvering the bathtub in, has a big old crack like that. And Fred was so mad. He goes, it was right here, right where they were working. And we were already mad because, first of all, the sink was leaking, and they left it. They left all kinds of dirt and shavings inside the vanity. They took out the large pieces of like drywall, but they left the floor completely dirty. They left the tub completely dirty. I'm like, the general contractor we're working with was not happy. So he's like, thank you for the feedback, But yeah, they cracked the lid.
Did they get a new lid for you?
We haven't resolved it yet because we found out late Friday afternoon. He has a call into the contractor, but I'm like, and they better get me another lid that is just like that lid because I don't want a janky lid that doesn't. I told my husband
to go to that toilet.
I told my husband, because I loved it because it has little ridges. Okay. I'm really old because I got excited about a toilet tank lid, but it has ridges in it so that when you put it on, it doesn't wobble all over. And I told my husband they better replace it with the same exact one that fits this toilet perfectly because I have lived all these years. What have I been married since 1992? With janky tank lids that don't fit right. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like that's the toilet that came with the house that you bought, and how often do you have to replace a toilet? So,
apparently in this house a lot.
Oh, I want a lid that fits right. So anyway, so that's I'm like, I can't believe they broke it. I cannot. So now we're down to the tile's going up and it's looking good. He's going to finish that Monday morning. Yeah, he comes every day at 7 in the morning. And then we pay. Well, then the drywall guys have to come and finish. Then he's going to pull the toilet again and take the vanity out again and allow us to paint. And then he'll put everything up. And we're going to get the vanity put up, the medicine cabinet.
If they're going to take the toilet out again, they can just replace the whole freaking thing.
But it better be the right height. It better be the right height. Yes, this is the brand new toilet that I just bought.
Oh,
they broke
the lid?
That they borrowed my car for.
But I could hear when they were installing the tub, they were pitching their tools on the toilet. I could hear it because I was right across the room in my daughter's room where I have all my craft stuff. And I was like, that is a brand new toilet. They better not be
breaking the door.
Scratching it up with their
Uh-huh.
tools. And it's just a little plastic seat. Those can scratch,
Yeah.
And doggone it if they didn't break it. So maddening. But yeah, it's been an adventure, but it's not too bad. I mean, it could be a lot worse.
Well, yeah.
It could be a lot worse.
It could be a lot worse. You could be doing both bathrooms.
Well,
It
we could be
reminds me
doing
of-
it because there's a problem.
It reminds me of
it
that
sure was,
movie, The Money Pit.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks, and they're telling him, "Oh, it's 2 weeks. It'll be 2 weeks. It'll be 2
Oh,
weeks."
I haven't told you.
doggone it.
Let me borrow your scissors again. Mine are
Where
over
are
on
they?
the table.
Oh, I can't find them because I don't have a fob.
Dad has said, once we have some things that we need to take care of still from my mom's passing. But he goes, once we finish with that, we're going to go to that landscaping place and we're going to choose some stuff.
Oh, fun.
So he goes, and then we're going to get the landscaper in here to fix the sprinkler system. He's excited now.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Give something
Because
to look forward to.
I told him, I said, Dad, you need to have something you want to do that you
Yeah.
enjoy doing. So, yay! I finished a color.
Yay. Well, we went a little long last week, so I'm like, we gotta be on time this week. So we better start wrapping
Get
up.
that.
But another scissor fob, and still not one for me.
Oh, look at that!
That is so
That's
cute. Let me hold that
beautiful.
up. That is adorable.
But
I know it's not
finished,
finished.
so
I know.
be careful.
Oh, I want this one. This is so beautiful.
That's beautiful.
That is so. Wait,
Back your
oh,
scissors.
there's the tail. So pretty, and look at these beads. They're
I lost
gorgeous.
the-
Gorgeous.
There they are.
That's really pretty, Beth.
That is so pretty. Nice.
You know what? I took everything out of the bags here, and then I thought, I don't remember how I had, what
Yeah.
beads I had chosen for what, and I was like, let's look around, let's choose different.
Just choose. Yeah.
The only
She didn't
only
like
one
being
that's
spur of the moment. She's not a
the
spur
one
of the moment
that's
girl.
I'm not the one that I know goes together is this one with the gold findings because it goes with the gold. I have these little gold medallions. Oops. These little gold medallions that have ships on them. They have I don't know, sailing ships or whatever. And I guess nobody wanted them at Hobby Lobby because they were marked down. But I thought, I like those.
We were at Michael's today, and I found some. I saw some charms that I liked, and I was in the next aisle, and I was like, "This has more on it than the one I picked up." And I looked at it, and sure enough, people had taken the ones they wanted and left the rest of it there. I mean, seriously,
What was
they
it?
don't cost that much.
Charms.
Oh,
Yeah,
It was,
I
I think it
don't
was
say
a,
which kind.
like
don't
a
say-
no, it
Anyway,
was like a set of.
it was a set of six, and there were only 4 on it. Anyway, so I got 2 others that were the same, and I
And
was going to
that-
put those back, and
One
a
of the
guy
employees.
came up, and I said,
Yeah.
there's some here that are missing charms. And I said, I said what I just now said. I was like, seriously, just buy the package. Why steal a little charm? They don't
Because
cost that
people
much.
are kids.
They don't, and they were on sale. Anyway, he marked them down 70%, and I said, if you mark that down 70%, I'll take it.
yeah. Take
I
it
don't
as
care.
is. Yeah.
Because
Because that's what you chose anyway.
well, yeah, and I liked the other 2 things that were on it too once I saw them, but that's okay. And honestly,
Keep dropping this.
my we spend way too much money on these beads and charms and all
Sorry,
that.
I almost dropped a stitch.
But
Well, I did drop my crimp beads.
kind
all
of,
over with.
but you've got to have these choices to sit there and futz around with if that's the kind of thing you like to do.
Yeah.
And I love crafts, all kinds of crafts. I used to love teaching your kids when they were little. I'd have them over and they were doing stuff, and I still see some of that stuff around your house.
Yeah.
And with Robert, he never really was as interested in it as your kids were. And And I love Vacation Bible School where I could teach the kids to do, stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why I liked the job with CPAS, learning new stuff and teaching new stuff. I mean, I learned how to work with those wooden pallets and to make them into some pretty beautiful things. I've actually thought about making some stuff for the backyard out of pallets here, but I'd have to go get a saw and,
I have some.
We have a circular saw somewhere.
I was, what are they called? They're little handheld saws. They're called Sawzall.
Well, we better wrap it up. And
Just lost a crimp bead somewhere.
she lost a crimp
all right.
bead,
We'll
so
find
now
it.
we have to go look for the crimp bead. And then we'll
She's
look
been
for the
dropping
bag.
beads all day, so.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. I will see your dropped bag of crimp beads. And I will raise you a dropped tray of those little diamond painting diamonds
Oh,
into a
God.
shaggy carpet. And they were white on a white carpet. Oh, I did that today. I mean, this week. So that was fun. Anyway,
Diamond painting?
it's a long story. I bought my son a diamond painting of Darth Vader, and at the beginning of the pandemic, because he was like, I want to do something. So I bought him that. He never did it. And then I was watching a recital that my daughter played this
Which
week.
was fantastic.
And I was watching on TV.
Put the link down below. You
Oh,
should go
maybe I
watch
will.
it.
Yes, yeah, she was really good. If I do say so myself. Anyway, she's wearing a green dress. You'll know it's her.
But not the dress, by the way.
Not the dress. She's saving that for her recital. I said that last week. But anyway, I didn't want to knit. I didn't want to start anything. I didn't want to spin yarn. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And there was that diamond painting sitting there. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start that. So I started it, but it's very curly. And so I tried to put the tray down, and the edge curled, and it went, and it flipped. So anyway, but it was fun.
I almost brought out punch needle, the one you gave me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. I've never done diamond painting. We did a little one to learn how to do it, so I know how. But I was like, oh, what the heck? It's something else to do. Because I have cast-on-itis. It's a medical problem. Okay, well, anyway, on that note, thank you for joining us. And thank you for our new subscribers. And if you enjoy our video, please like it and subscribe. And
Tell everybody else.
turn on your notifications. Yeah, share our videos with your friends. And we just love sitting and crafting with you and talking about all our crazy stuff and our lost
And try
items.
a new craft this week.
Yeah, try something new and write in our comments.
Hopefully nothing that'll fall into the carpet.
Yeah, don't drop little things. No dropping of little things. But let us know what you guys are working on. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.